And because America was too busy scaring dogs and veterans with explosions this weekend, we're typically covering the local top news, national, and world news you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is NewsFlash. Ding.
Ding is right.
Our top story tonight. One of these people was denied freedom from an extremely sketchy legal decision that prevents them from being able to make their own decisions. And another was barred from practicing their talent and passion due to an egregious use of an illicit substance. And the third is Bill Cosby.
Now, to be clear, the sentence overturning does not mean Cosby was innocent. It just merely means that the court ruled that the circumstances under which the DA got Cosby to confess, which he did in fact confess, should have been absolved from his further prosecution. While many were blindsided by this news, when it comes to Cosby, most women are used to sleeper surprises.
True. Some of the few remaining fans of Cosby have already begun celebrating the news, with experts predicting nationwide shortages of Jell-O pudding products over the upcoming weeks.
In other news related to horrific sex crimes, actress Elsa Matt was just sentenced to 3 years in prison for her role in the Maxine sex call. Now, for anybody unfamiliar with this story, what were you doing in the past 15 months? Between HBO's The Vow, Seduced on Stars, and Uncover on CBC, which is like probably the closest thing that has to porn.
Probably.
It's probably the closest thing, yeah, that they have to porn, and you had 3 separate chances to be horrified. Matt was hoping to be able to parlay this into another spin-off of prison reality show called Orange is the New Mac, but her dream co-star was recently acquitted.
Sorry. Yeah, what can you do? The other big news this week, the passing of Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld. There was no reported cause of death, though we can only hope that maybe it came from the crushing guilt of his role in promoting the Iraq War, leading to thousands of unnecessary deaths. The lack of soul found on the autopsy indicated that it was unfortunately probably natural causes, or unnatural. To put it in his words, there are known knowns and unknown knowns. See you, Donnie.
The Los Angeles Times reported that there is a growing demand for black market COVID vaccines for minors, for whom some parents are unwilling to approve the vaccination. And in our clever and evolving world, these children are now disguising the COVID vaccines as heroin to keep their parents at bay. And it doesn't stop there, though. The secretly healthy kids are reportedly packing kale disguised as weed and multivitamins and Molly tablet form.
Interesting. Those kids are clever.
They are.
Canada Prime Minister Justin Trudeau paid his respects to the victims of the recent heat wave. And, I mean, he should. Look at that sweltering thirst trap. My gosh.
Tucker Carlson, seen here, realizing that A Handmaid's Tale isn't supposed to be a utopian story. Claimed last week that the NSA is spying on him, and he claims he has proof. It's right there in his magnetic 5G vaccine asking for
Feel it. And now, with a news segment of their own from the world of tech and gaming, we have 2 of our NewsFlash writers, Simon Carlson and Brandon Cooley, with the PS5 update for 2021.
Thank you. Welcome to the PS5 update desk. My name is Simon. I've got a PS5. My name is Brandon, and I'm very happy for my co-host. Very happy. Simon, tell us about PS5. Oh, it's great. It's the 5th one, and I got it. And it's very fun. It's very fun.
Really? Yeah, that's fun. That's fun to play multiplayer with friends.
It is really fun. It's some of the most fun that I've had in years.
Yeah, that it'd be fun to play with like a friend who you know is looking for one. His parents' dying wish was for him to be able to play it.
I mean, probably, but I just been playing it so much I didn't think about it, so.
Tell us about the process of getting the PS5.
Oh, you know as much as me. I mean, I've been trying to get one. He's been trying to get one for 8 months. It was super grueling, just trying to wake up at 3 a.m., getting a queue online, clicking the buy button and it doesn't work, and losing sleep over it. But 8 months, long months, and I finally got this one.
What are your plans for it?
I'll probably sell it.
Sell it? How much?
$7,000 maybe. I don't know. Yes, not doing that.
Simon and Brandon, everybody. We'll see if that works. Nope. All right, don't worry about it.
We'll leave that door open.
Yeah. President Biden's church in Washington, D.C. has announced they will not be denying him communion amidst the backlash of his stance on abortion, despite his views being at odds with American bishops of the Catholic Church. Upon receiving this news, Biden stated, "I don't really care anymore. You know, did you know you could just buy like 1,000 of those tasty wafers for under $20 on Amazon? Now I don't need to wait 45 minutes for that snack." Meanwhile, QAnon followers already know he's drinking blood and eating flesh on the reg.
Is that your Biden?
Yeah.
That's your Biden. That is not. It's okay, I'm joking. That is not a good Biden.
Let's see.
Okay. Me and Kamala, come on now, you know the drill. This ain't rocket science, me and corn pop. That's good. That's pretty good. I just put it in there. I think I nailed it.
I don't know. Bill, what do you think?
Like, come on, man. Like, you know, come on, man. A little more.
That's all? That's just come on, man? It's gotta be more. Brandon or Simon? Are you guys still?
Dogfish pony soldier.
Do you have a Biden?
A Biden?
Yeah.
Oh, this is my Biden. This is my Biden.
I'm president.
Yeah, we're all
You
good.
guys are so bad at lying all the time.
That's good.
No, it's a terrible Biden. I'm sticking by my Biden.
Hey, man, corn pop. You know the drill.
That's not Biden. He's never said
All
that.
right, whatever. A British engineer, tell them about it,
I
sir.
can tell you about it. Engineers stacked 5 M&Ms, one on top of the other, shattering the previous record of the war.
That is what I call an M&M. Is that right?
It doesn't matter, but that's the minus bit at best.
The engineer said he would have added a 6th M&M, but oh, there goes gravity.
Officials remarked that when they measured the stacks, it did in fact melt in your mouth and not in your hands.
There it goes. You're there. NPR reported that the United Airlines is purchasing 240 new planes in anticipation of a huge uptick in future travel. So, that's right, there are now 240 more chances to be dragged off of an airplane, be verbally assaulted, kill your rabbit, accidentally fly your dog to Japan, sell your toddler's seat to a standby passenger, cause heat stroke in your infant due to tarmac delays, shove your elderly parent to the ground, cancel your ticket for recording a dispute, and kill your puppy in an overhead bin. But, free peanuts. And yes, those are all actual complaints filed against the United Airlines.
Metro Health has announced a name change to University of Michigan Medical West. Apparently, we accept all insurances for your firstborn child. Was argued.
Unfortunately, we have more news about Logan Paul, infamous YouTuber who last month technically didn't lose his highly publicized boxing match against Floyd Mayweather, which is already the ultimate participation trophy. Paul recently claimed he could beat Mike Tyson. Other outlandish claims by Paul, including that he can do 1,000 chin-ups, he is scarier than the Babadook, he's never heard of Mexico, and he can stack 7 M&Ms.
A whale of a tale happened at a seafood market in Pennsylvania. A crabby man pulled a mussel when he illegally dumped his trash in the dumpster of the restaurant, a real dive, and then cut off the oxygen supplies to a live lobster tank on purpose, causing a boatload of damage, about $10,000 sand worth. That's a lot of points. The man was caught on the security camera and was apprehended. It gets better. Police claimed that he wailed all the way to the station. His motivation seems to be that his own restaurant, also a real dive, it just couldn't stay afloat. You know? So it went under.
Oh, yeah, right.
And he was shellfish of the other competing market. The judge thought his case was fishy, so he was declared guilty.
All right, calling Finn on that whole bit. Done. Welcome, Aaron. 2 individuals were rescued from the Straits of Mackinac last week after falling into the choppy waters. The individuals had been flown from one of the ferry boats after the driver decided to do a really cool flip jump off of a water ramp. Yeah, officials can neither confirm nor deny that this was a viral marketing stunt for F9, but tourists have noticed another potential tie-in. The fat and the famished, yeah. There. Yep.
The new presidential The new presidential historian survey just dropped on C-SPAN, which was Trump's first ranking. He was 41st out of 44 presidents. He was beaten by number 40, William Henry Harrison, who famously only served for 30 days before dying of pneumonia. 42 points.
Yeah. The poll, for those who don't know, is decided by a collection of over 140 historians and academic experts. 142, but if you say over 140, it sounds cooler. All of them are asked to assign each president a score of 1 through 10 in effectiveness on the following categories. This ought to be good. Public persuasion. All right. Crisis leadership. Economic management. Moral authority. International relations. Administrative skills. Relations with Congress. Vision, or setting an agenda. Technically, pursued equal justice for all. And performance within the context of the times. So, Trump received an overall score of 312. And just for context, Lincoln, number 1, had a total score of 897. So, and Obama is number 10, top 10 with 664. So, you know, a little bit of a gap.
A little bit of a gap. Trump is attempting to overturn the results of this poll citing fraud, but all his lawyers have now bent his bar. So he's waiting to hear back from 1-800-SAM. But let's take a look at the other presidents who fell below.
Right. Number 42.
Franklin Pierce, technically a tie with Trump with 312 points. Pierce was our 14th president, one term between 1853 and 57 between Fillmore and Buchanan. In fact, his mother's name was Anna Kendrick Pierce. She must have been a total smoke show. Am I right? He should have figured out the love song, but apparently he was an alcoholic who was pro-enslavement. He supported the Confederacy during the Civil War. Big yikes energy.
No, thank you. Yes. Number 43, Andrew Johnson, a steep drop to 230 points. 17th president, one term, 65 to 69. Nice. He was not elected. He assumed the presidency after Lincoln's assassination a few months into his second term. Johnson was wildly unpopular by everybody due to his opinions and beliefs regarding the rights of formerly enslaved Americans. To be quick, he was not in favor of them. And he was eventually impeached, but only once. So, he was then succeeded by General Ulysses Grant, ranked number 20. So.
And 44, at the very bottom with 227 points, we have James Buchanan. Remember that name? 15th president, who served one term from 1857 to 61 between Pierce and Lincoln. Generally considered the worst because though he attempted to prevent the Civil War, many of his policies led to more division. He was out of the country during the Kansas-Nebraska debate, so he had been forced to publicly go on record with his thoughts on slavery. He attempted to let the Supreme Court ruling on the Dred Scott case dictate that no further action was needed by the federal government to end slavery, and supported many pro-slavery groups. When the southern states began to secede, he did nothing to stop them. He also was the only president who's never married, which is like super telling. Even at the time before women were even able to vote, they at the very least had the ability to choose not to marry a dough-faced, wishy-washy politician, even if it was just
So, what can we take from all of this? The fact that the only presidents considered worse than Donald Trump all had a hand in either actively or passively contributing to the start or fallout of the Civil War means one of two things. We're lucky to have dodged a bullet, potentially worse fracturing of our country, or we're just seeing the beginning. Guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens next. So. Rapids, you're welcome. NewsFlash!